Lindsay Critchley, and I will be showing you how to make Southern sweet tea. If you're like me, the sweeter the better. These are the materials that you're going to need to make the sweet tea. First, you will need a medium-sized pot like shown and a lid to go with it. Next, you will need any type of iced tea. Any type will work. I have the Louisiana, or you can use the Lipton iced tea. Pure sugar, a measuring cup, baking soda, a spoon to stir, and a pitcher to put your iced tea in. And the final, you'll need ice to mix in for your sweet tea so it's nice and cold. So first you're going to place your pot on the stove and turn it on low. Next, you're going to measure out 8 cups of water in your measuring cup. Once that is all measured out, you're going to pour the water into your pan and wait for it to simmer. Once you start to see bubbles forming at the bottom of your pot but not boiling, it's time to add your tea bags. Next, making sure that your pot is still on low, you're going to take 2 of your tea bags, and what I like to do is tie them together so that they don't float around or get at the bottom of the pot. You're then going to place your 2 tea bags in the water and hang the tea bags on the side, making sure that the little things don't get stuck inside the flame so you don't catch on fire. Next, you're going to take your lid and place it over top of this and let it simmer for a couple minutes. After about 5 minutes, make sure that nothing is boiling over and slowly stir around your tea bags, like so. And then place the lid over it again and let it sit for about 5 more minutes. After about 10 minutes, you're going to want to take your tea bags and squeeze all the water out so it's not dripping everywhere, and place it in a separate bowl. This is what your tea look like after you have simmered your tea bags for about 10 minutes. You are then going to want to make sure that your stove is off. Next, taking your tea and placing it in a cool place. You are then going to take a pinch of baking soda and place it into your tea to make it not bitter and the color look better. After placing your baking soda, you are going to take your measuring cup and measure out 1.5 cups of your sugar. However, if you don't like your tea as sweet as I do, you can do less sugar and do a cup or even just a half a cup. But I'm going to start out with just a cup, just in case. You always want to make sure that you put less in there because you can't take out sugar you only can put in. I'm then going to slowly pour it into my tea. You want to make sure that you spread out your sugar evenly. After placing the sugar, you're going to take your spoon and slowly stir the sugar around. You want to stir until all the sugar is dissolved. However, if the sugar does not dissolve and you can still taste it in your sweet tea, you can put your sweet tea back on the burner for a couple more minutes to dissolve the sugar fully. After you have stirred your tea all the way, you're going to let the tea sit for just a few minutes to let the sugar dissolve fully. After a few minutes of letting the tea cool off, you're going to want to taste your tea with a spoon or pour it in a little cup to make sure that your tea is how you like it. If your tea is still too bitter, you can add more sugar, and if it's just right, you can drink up. After your tea has cooled off for just a little bit, you're going to want to pour it into your pitcher, like so. After pouring in the pitcher, you're going to place your tea in the fridge to let it cool. Whenever you get thirsty, just grab some ice. To make sure that that sweet tea is nice and cold. And pour yourself a nice glass of Southern sweet tea. Thank you for watching my video on how to make Southern sweet tea, and I hope you enjoy your nice glass of tea. 1.5 cups of salt. You're then going to want to make sure you take your tea and hello, my name. This is next, making sure that your pot is still on. Next, making sure that your stove is still on low, you're going to take 2 tea bags. After about 10, you're going to then want to turn off your stove and take your tea